Hi, this is the Yin and baby Yin Yang. And
Keep on going, I'm coming.
well, you're taking forever to come over. You have to make a fashionably
How
late
you doing?
appearance.
No, I had to fix the camera.
Oh, he likes her to hold him whenever we're on camera, huh? Okay, today we're doing the update about our relationship after having a child and how it's different.
Hold on one second. We don't have any toys. It's gonna get bored.
Oh, you still can talk while I'm looking for the toy.
Alright, so how things have been different. Things have changed a lot, like 180%. Given the fact that right now it's Friday night and instead of getting ready to go out on the town, we are sitting here recording a video talking about how things are different being parents. But yeah, we stay in the house a lot more than I thought we would. Like, I wish we could go out more sometimes, just go out with just us. But there's not really much you can do, like bringing him along or whatever. That's the biggest thing for me, is just a social life. Like, and then a lot of our friends, like, they don't have kids. We don't have anything in common with them anymore, so it's like we don't really have anybody to hang out with either. So you gotta try to hang out, try to make other mom friends, and now your whole circle has changed from like people, just having fun hanging out, like other, couples, no kids, just go out, for a night on the town, have drinks and wine at dinner or whatever. Now it's like your whole circle is like mom friends or parents or stuff like that. So that's a big change too.
Yeah. So I guess the changes isn't only in our relationship, it's basically like changes overall.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Kind of got off topic, I guess.
So overall things are different. Like she said, a lot of our friends without kids, we don't have as much in common with them anymore. I noticed I've become closer to my friends that do have kids. Like, we talk more now, and I seem to have more in common with them, because if I'm going to mention something like, oh, guess what? And I'm so excited about something, they're like, what? And then if it's just one of my friends that don't have kids, and I'm like, Kate napped for 3 hours today, they're like, who cares? But if I told somebody who has a kid, they're like, oh, really? I'm jealous, or oh, that's great, or oh, I wish my child napped like that. I mean, it's like the stuff you talk about is totally different once you have a kid.
Yeah.
But as far as relationships,
we don't have enough time for each other, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like a long time.
Yeah, like we've gone on one date since he's been born. It was maybe like a month ago.
Yeah.
Last month we sent him to drop in daycare for the day, and we went out to lunch and to a movie. So that's something that's important, is like to make sure you still make time for your relationship. As far as like the intimacy, we bed share, so there's not much of that going on, but we don't have a lot of time anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotten better as he's gotten older, but it's still not to the point of where it was before. Are you hungry?
Yes. So it's not as the point it was before. You want to tell them how many times since?
I don't know, I haven't counted.
Oh.
Not very many. We probably could count on
One hand.
No, one hand, really? It's not this big wet spot on my shirt. Sheesh.
This is how it is, man. It's uncut. We're all uncut. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is like time for each other, dates, the intimacy part,
the lack of sleep. That's affected our relationship too, because like at night, once he goes to bed, since I guess we'll have to pause and continue this in a minute. Alright, because I think he's hungry.
Just cover up. Alright, we'll be back in 1 second. Alright, we're back in business. Nice in bed. About to go to sleep. So that's another thing, how our relationship is different. Everything is on his schedule. We don't have a schedule anymore. your schedule is kaput. So whenever, like, before him, we would, I don't know, we used to have a schedule together, but now
Yeah.
it's his schedule.
Now, like if we were planning to go somewhere or do something, it's like, oh well, wait, is that around the time he would be napping, or is that usually the time where he's hungry, or so we have to plan everything around him. And before, I think I was saying how like lack of sleep and stuff. So now, like at night, I mean, we could spend time together at night after he goes to bed, but usually by that time we're both worn out and tired. Her from
Right.
work and me from chasing him around all day. And then when she comes home, like she usually tries to get him to go to bed and everything. But I mean, it's really exhausting. So that does lead to like frustration sometimes within the relationship. Like we've had a few disagreements, like as far as parenting decisions. Mainly like some of it was like she wanted him to be on more of a schedule, and I've been kind of like just letting him do whatever. When he gets sleepy, I let him go to sleep. Whenever he's ready for bed, I basically let him go to bed like at whatever time he wanted to, rather than like trying to get him to go and have him crying for 30 minutes before he finally falls asleep.
She would have him going to bed, no lie, at like midnight.
He went to bed at 11.
No, he started getting ready for bed at 11. By the time he was sleeping, it was midnight.
Which was around the same time I was going to bed. And then,
No,
so he
see,
was, we were on like the same, he was on my schedule.
No, that didn't work. So I had to change that. I had to put my foot down. So now we put him down for, for bed like around 8 o'clock. And then he will wake up like around 11 to eat and then go back to sleep. But at least now we have a little bit of time to spend together between, 8 and 11. Which, what do we spend during that time? Just watching TV.
Or eating dinner and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we've had disagreements as far as like the bedtime, and I think what else? Was it about food, like feeding him solids and stuff?
Yeah, when started on solids and try to wean him off breastfeeding, nursing.
I'm not planning to wean him off anytime soon. Like I want
He's
to
almost a year old.
I'm planning to do extended breastfeeding, so
Extended until when?
until he wants to stop.
No. I can't have no like 5-year-old.
No, it'll be before then. Like I'm going to at least a year, and then I'm letting him go.
I know, but
until
like that
he's
should be
tired of
secondary.
doing it.
But that should start to become
At a
secondary.
year, it should be secondary.
That
not
should start to
before
become
then.
secondary. Well, it's 10 months, so.
Until a year, breast milk or formula should be the baby's primary source of nutrients.
That's not what I read in my
Well,
books.
that's what I've read. So yeah, that's something that we disagree on. So we've had like more of our arguments are now revolving around parenting. Yeah, like
That's
parenting
funny.
decisions. Before it used to be other little random stuff, but now most of it is about parenting stuff. What else? I do think we've grown closer though, because like being parents and stuff and getting pregnant and having a baby is something that we did together. So I feel like this is a really big accomplishment out of our relationship. Kind of like the way our wedding was like something we were looking forward to and something we planned and brought together and, had something we did together, and then our move. So this is like the next thing was to become parents together. And like we've been together since we were really young. I was like 20 years old, so I've been with her basically all my adult life. So I feel that we've basically grown up together.
Absolutely, yeah.
To see like the person you're with become a parent, that's like something really big. Like sometimes I watch her with him and I love the way that they interact, and it just, I don't know, it's weird to see her like in that different kind of way now. Like she went from being my girlfriend to my wife, and now like the mother of my child, and that's something special. So that's like a way our relationship has changed too.
Likewise, very well put. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, it's definitely to see somebody you grew up with, in a different light like that, especially one like parenthood, motherhood, was great. So yeah, I agree in that aspect. You do grow a lot closer.
And we're now more doing like family time rather than like couple time. Like when we go out, we go to kid friendly or kind of kid friendly restaurants or whatever. Like before, we would try to go to like fancy restaurants or whatever with the candlelight and all that. Now that wouldn't work when you. Yeah, now that wouldn't work when you have him to knock the candles off the table or grab the tablecloth off. So we go to like different restaurants now that are easier to take him.
Yeah, like along those same lines, like events. I mean, I was scrolling through what to do on the weekends. You know, what can we do on the weekend? You know, Saturday, and it's like you look at things like I looked up the local park here, Frog Pond, and they're having Mother Goose there. And you know, before like Mother Goose, like who cares about Mother Goose? And now I'm like all excited, like ooh, oh yo, babe, Mother Goose gonna be at the park. I'm like actually talking about it like it's a hip, cool thing to do with Mother Goose.
Yeah.
So you get excited about a whole lot of different things.
Like today, I was in the grocery store and I saw they had a poster up for like a symphony that's going to be tomorrow night. And for a second, I was like, oh, that would be something nice to go to, and it's free. I was like, oh, but then I was like, oh no, it's not baby friendly. But if they were having like dance and play music time, we would be all up on it. So I don't know. It's like a lot of things have changed. I guess we've become more like the family type thing instead of just like doing the couple stuff. So as he gets older, I'm sure that'll be able to change a little more, like as we get comfortable even with the sitter and stuff. Right now we're not at that point to do that yet. So
You can't trust them.
So our relationship has had a lot of changes, but overall I think it's changed for the best because this is something that we both really wanted. We wanted a family and we wanted to get to this point. We've been together almost 8 years, so the first 7 years of our relationship were just us. So just me and her, you know, the two of us. So we had a time to do like some of the stuff we wanted to do and have that time to grow close together and get to know each other and stuff. And so now we're ready to move to the next step, and this is what we wanted. So now we have it.
Yeah. It's definitely not what I imagined. Not by a long shot, but you just gotta roll with it and take it as it comes. You know, there's not a handbook to being married with kids, and you just gotta learn with it and kind of roll with the punches, so to say.
So it's been like a learning experience for both of us, and learning experience for our relationship too, and to see like the different stages that our relationship has gone through and the different stages that we're at now, since having a child. But
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so just be prepared if you're thinking of having a child or whatever. I mean, your relationship won't be the same, but
it's
it
not
will
for the
change.
worse.
Yeah.
Don't think it's going to change for the worse. It'll change for the better. Because your life is just it's more rich, I guess, more fulfilling. Like you actually accomplish something. If you leave this earth tomorrow, there's actually be something here that represents you. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, it's not necessarily like a bad change. It's just your relationship will change, but the change is basically what you make it. So if you embrace the change and everything, and like realize that the single partying time is over and it's time to have a family type of life, then you'll be happy with what your life
Not
becomes.
to say we don't miss the single partying life sometimes,
but I'm talking about like if you're still wanting to go out every weekend and all that. I mean, unless you have maybe like a grandparent or somebody that's willing to watch the child, then if you have that, more power to you, good for you, but we don't have that. So that isn't our reality right now. So that was just a brief look into what we're experiencing now. We'll make a few other videos and try to get those up soon. And sorry for the delay on this.
Oh, my apologies. I interrupted her. My apologies. I was just going to say, if you guys have any questions or anything about our life now that you want to know, feel free to hit us up and let us know. We'll be more than happy to share our experiences with all of you.
Yeah, and add us on Facebook on Wife and Wife blog.
All right, signing off.